Imagine for a moment that you hold the power to manifest your desires at an accelerated pace. This is not a fantasy, but a reality that you can embrace starting now. There's a secret that, once understood, will transform your manifestation process into something swift and almost effortless. When it comes to manifesting the life you desire, one of the most important yet often overlooked aspects is clarity. Clarity is not just a passing thought or a vague idea about what you want, it is the foundation upon which your dreams are built. Without clarity, the energy you send out into the universe becomes scattered and unfocused, leading to mixed results or no results at all. However, when you achieve clarity, you become a powerful force of intention, capable of drawing your desires to you with precision and speed. Clarity begins with understanding what you truly want. Many people think they know what they want, but in reality they haven't taken the time to explore their deepest desires. They may have general goals like wanting to be successful, happy, or loved, but these are too broad and undefined to create the necessary energetic focus for manifestation. If you want to manifest something specific, you must first get clear on the details. What does success mean to you? What kind of happiness are you seeking? What does love look and feel like in your ideal world? The more specific you are, the better. To achieve this level of clarity, you must go beyond the surface level of your desires. Often the initial things we think we want are based on societal expectations or what we believe will make us happy, rather than what truly aligns with our soul's purpose. It requires introspection and self-awareness to peel back these layers and uncover what truly matters to you. You might start by asking yourself probing questions: what kind of life would make me feel fulfilled? What are the values that drive me? What do I want to experience on a daily basis? These questions can help you identify the desires that are most authentic to you. Once you have identified your true desires, it is crucial to crystallize them into a clear vision. This is where many people struggle. They may have a general idea of what they want, but they lack the vivid details that make the desire come alive in their mind. If you want to manifest faster, your vision needs to be so clear that you can close your eyes and see it in your mind as if it were already happening. You must be able to visualize the experience, not just in terms of what it looks like, but how it feels, sounds, and even smells. For example, if you are manifesting a new home, don't just think about the type of house you want. Imagine walking through the front door, feeling the texture of the floor beneath your feet, hearing the gentle creak of the stairs as you ascend, smelling the fresh air coming in through the open windows. The clearer and more vivid your mental picture is, the stronger your energetic signal becomes. This is because the universe responds to the energy you put out, and the more detailed your vision, the clearer the message you are sending. Another essential aspect of clarity is emotional alignment. It's not enough to simply have a clear picture of what you want, you must also align your emotions with that vision. This means feeling as though you already have what you are manifesting. When you are clear about what you want, it becomes easier to tap into the emotions associated with having it. You begin to feel the joy, excitement, and satisfaction as if your desire is already in your possession. These emotions are crucial because they elevate your vibration and help attract your desires to you more quickly. Achieving emotional alignment is not always easy, especially if you are currently living in circumstances that feel far from what you desire. This is where clarity becomes even more important. When you are crystal clear about what you want, it becomes easier to stay focused on that vision, even in the face of challenges or setbacks. Clarity gives you something to hold on to, a guiding light that keeps you aligned with your ultimate goal. Without it, it's easy to get discouraged or distracted by the obstacles that inevitably arise. One common obstacle to clarity is doubt. Many people struggle with self-doubt or doubt in the manifestation process itself. They may wonder if they are asking for too much, or if they truly deserve what they are seeking. This doubt can cloud your vision and dilute the energy you are sending out. To overcome this, you must develop a deep sense of trust in yourself and in the universe. You must believe that you are worthy of receiving what you desire, and that it is entirely possible for you to manifest it. Trusting the process becomes easier when you have clarity because you are not leaving anything to chance. You know exactly what you want, and you are sending out a clear, focused signal to the universe. There is no room for confusion or ambiguity. When doubt creeps in, return to your clear vision. Remind yourself of why you want it, how it will make you feel, and the specific details that make your desire unique. This clarity will help you stay grounded in your belief that your manifestation is not only possible but inevitable. Another aspect of clarity that is often overlooked is the importance of aligning your actions with your desires. It's not enough to simply be clear in your mind, you must also take action that is in alignment with what you are manifesting. This means making decisions and choices that support your vision rather than contradict it. For example, if you are manifesting financial abundance, but you are constantly making choices that lead to financial stress, you are sending mixed signals to the universe. Your actions must be in harmony with your desires. When you have clarity, it becomes easier to make these aligned decisions. You are not acting out of fear, doubt, or confusion. Instead, you are acting from a place of confidence and certainty because you know what you want and why you want it. Clarity allows you to stay focused and disciplined, even when faced with temptations or distractions that could pull you off course. It gives you the strength to say no to the things that don't serve your ultimate goal and to say yes to the opportunities that move you closer to your manifestation. In addition to taking aligned action, clarity also requires patience. Manifestation is not always an instant process. Sometimes it takes time for your desires to materialize, and this can be frustrating if you are unclear about what you want. When you lack clarity, it's easy to become impatient or to lose faith in the process. But when you are clear, you have a deep sense of trust that what you desire is on its way, even if it hasn't arrived yet. This trust allows you to remain patient and persistent, knowing that your manifestation is unfolding in perfect timing. When it comes to manifesting your desires, one of the most powerful aspects of the process is the ability to truly embrace the feeling of already having what you want. Many people understand the basic principles of manifestation, such as setting intentions and visualizing the outcome they desire. However, there's a deeper, more subtle layer that amplifies the speed and effectiveness of manifestation, and that layer is your emotional connection to your desires. Embracing the feeling means stepping into the emotional reality of your desired outcome as if it were already yours. The way you feel about your desires plays a crucial role in how quickly they come to fruition. The universe, or the energetic field that connects all things, operates on vibrations, and emotions are one of the most powerful vibrational forces. Think about the emotions you feel when something wonderful happens in your life: joy, excitement, contentment, and fulfillment. These feelings carry a high frequency and are magnetic in nature. They attract more of the same energy into your life. When you align yourself with the emotional state of already having what you want, you become a magnet for those experiences to enter your reality. The challenge, however, is that many people wait to feel these emotions until after their desires have manifested. They think, I'll be happy when I get the job, or I'll feel fulfilled when I find my ideal relationship. But this approach puts you in a state of waiting, a vibration of lack, which ultimately slows down the manifestation process. The key to manifesting faster is to feel as though you already have what you desire, even before it physically shows up. This may seem counterintuitive at first, but it's one of the most powerful shifts you can make in your approach to creating the life you want. When you embrace the feeling of already having your desires, you are telling the universe that you are ready to receive them. You are stepping into the energy of already done, and in doing so, you collapse the time it takes for your desires to manifest. This is because the universe does not operate on the same linear time that we do. It responds to energy, to vibration, and when you are vibrating at the frequency of your desires, the universe rearranges itself to match that frequency. This is why feeling as though you already have what you want is so effective. It sends a clear, powerful message to the universe that your desire is already a part of your reality. One of the most common questions people have when they first learn about this concept is, how can I feel something that hasn't happened yet? It's a valid question, but the answer lies in the understanding that your emotions are not bound by your external circumstances. You have the power to generate any emotion you choose at any given moment. Think about the times when you felt joy, love, or excitement in the past. You didn't need a particular event to happen in order to feel those emotions. You simply allowed yourself to experience them. The same principle applies when manifesting your desires. To embrace the feeling of already having your desires, start by imagining what your life would look like if your desires were already fulfilled. Close your eyes and visualize the scene in vivid detail. See yourself living in your ideal home, working in your dream job, or enjoying the loving relationship you've always wanted. But don't stop at the visual level. Immerse yourself in the emotional experience of that reality. Ask yourself, how would I feel if this were my life right now? Would you feel joyful, peaceful, excited, or grateful? Whatever the emotion is, allow yourself to fully embody it in the present moment. This practice of emotional embodiment is incredibly powerful because it activates the law of attraction on a deeper level. When you feel as though your desires are already fulfilled, you are no longer in a state of wanting or lack. Instead, you are in a state of having, and it is this state that attracts more of the same into your life. The universe does not differentiate between what is real and what is imagined. It responds to the energy you are emitting. So when you emit the energy of already having your desires, the universe matches that energy by bringing those desires into your physical reality. Embracing the feeling goes beyond just imagining and visualizing. It requires a shift in your daily emotional state. Many people are conditioned to feel a certain way based on their current circumstances, and this can create an emotional rut that is difficult to break out of. For example, if you're used to feeling stressed or anxious about your finances, it can be challenging to suddenly feel abundant and prosperous. But this is where the practice comes in. It takes conscious effort to shift your emotional state, but the more you do it, the easier it becomes. One way to begin shifting your emotional state is through gratitude. Gratitude is one of the highest vibrational emotions you can experience, and it has the power to instantly elevate your mood and align you with your desires. Start by expressing gratitude for the things you already have in your life, no matter how big or small. This creates a positive emotional momentum that makes it easier to feel gratitude for the things you are manifesting. Even if those things haven't appeared in your physical reality yet, you can still be grateful for them as though they are already yours. This is a powerful way to embrace the feeling of having your desires now. Another way to embrace the feeling is through affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements that reinforce the reality you want to create. By repeating affirmations such as I am abundant, I am worthy of love, or I am successful, you begin to reprogram your subconscious mind to believe that these things are true. The more you say these affirmations, the more your mind and body begin to accept them as reality. And as your beliefs shift, so does your emotional state. You start to feel the truth of these statements, which in turn attracts more of what you desire into your life. It's important to remember that embracing the feeling is not about forcing yourself to feel something you don't. If you're feeling anxious or discouraged, it's okay to acknowledge those emotions. The goal is not to suppress negative emotions, but rather to consciously choose higher vibrational emotions when you can. This might mean starting small by finding moments of joy or peace in your day and gradually building up to the larger emotions associated with your desires. The more you practice, the more natural it will become to feel as though you already have what you want. One of the biggest obstacles to embracing the feeling is doubt. Many people struggle with doubt when it comes to manifesting their desires, especially if they've been waiting for a long time or have faced setbacks. Doubt can create a block in your energy, preventing your desires from manifesting. To overcome doubt, remind yourself that the universe operates on its own timing. And just because you don't see immediate results doesn't mean your manifestation isn't on its way. Trust in the process and continue to embrace the feeling of already having what you want, even in the face of uncertainty. Another obstacle to embracing the feeling is attachment. It's natural to become attached to the outcome of your desires, especially if it's something you deeply want. However, attachment can create a sense of neediness or desperation, which lowers your vibration and slows down the manifestation process. To manifest faster, it's important to release attachment and trust that your desires will come to you in the perfect way and at the perfect time. This doesn't mean giving up on your desires, it means letting go of the need to control the how and when, and simply embracing the feeling of having them now. In addition to visualizing, affirming, and practicing gratitude, it's also important to take aligned action. While embracing the feeling is a powerful tool for manifesting, it works best when combined with action. When you feel as though you already have what you want, you naturally begin to take actions that align with that reality. For example, if you're manifesting a new job, you might start networking or updating your resume because you feel confident that the opportunity is already on its way. These actions further reinforce the energy of having, and they create momentum that accelerates the manifestation process. Letting go of doubt is one of the most critical steps in the manifestation process, yet it's also one of the most challenging. Doubt, in its many forms, can sneak into our thoughts and emotions, subtly undermining our intentions and the energy we send out into the universe. Whether it stems from past experiences, fear of failure, or a lack of trust in the process, doubt creates a block between you and your desires. If you want to manifest quickly and effectively, you must release doubt and replace it with confidence, faith, and trust. Doubt, at its core, is the fear that what you desire won't come to pass. It's the nagging voice in your mind that says, what if this doesn't work, or maybe I'm asking for too much. When these thoughts take hold, they create a vibration of resistance. And because the universe responds to the energy you emit, this resistance slows down the manifestation process. You may still manifest your desires, but it will take longer and require more effort. To speed up the process, you need to align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the belief that your desires are already on their way. One of the most powerful ways to let go of doubt is to cultivate trust in the universe, or in whatever higher power you believe in. Trust is the antidote to doubt. When you trust that the universe is always working in your favor, even if you can't see how in the moment, you release the need to control every aspect of the manifestation process. You begin to understand that there is a divine timing at play, and just because you don't see immediate results doesn't mean your desires aren't manifesting. It's about believing that everything is unfolding perfectly, even when the path is unclear. To develop this trust, start by reflecting on past experiences where things worked out for you, even when you had doubts. Perhaps you've manifested something in the past without realizing it, or maybe a situation turned out better than you expected, despite your initial fears. These moments are proof that the universe has your back, and they can serve as reminders when doubt creeps in. Each time you recall a moment of unexpected success, you reinforce the belief that the universe is always conspiring for your highest good. Another way to release doubt is to practice mindfulness and become aware of when those doubtful thoughts arise. Many people allow doubt to linger in the background of their minds without realizing how much it influences their energy. By practicing mindfulness, you can catch those thoughts as soon as they appear and consciously choose to let them go. Acknowledge the doubt without judgment, but don't dwell on it. Instead, redirect your focus to the feeling of already having what you desire. This shift in focus can help dissolve the doubt and keep you aligned with your desired outcome. Affirmations can also be a powerful tool for letting go of doubt. When you repeat positive affirmations, you reprogram your subconscious mind to believe in your ability to manifest your desires. Statements like, I trust the process of life, everything is working out for my highest good, or I am worthy of receiving my desires, can help counteract the negative thought patterns that fuel doubt. The more you repeat these affirmations, the more they become ingrained in your mind, and over time they replace the old, limiting beliefs that create doubt. It's important to understand that doubt often arises from a lack of self-belief. Many people doubt their ability to manifest because they don't believe they are worthy or capable of receiving what they want. They may have been conditioned to think that they have to work hard or struggle to get what they desire, or that good things only happen to certain people. If this resonates with you, it's time to challenge those beliefs and recognize your inherent worthiness. You are deserving of everything you desire simply because you exist. The universe does not discriminate, it responds to your energy. And when you radiate the belief that you are worthy, the universe responds accordingly. Letting go of doubt also requires patience. Manifestation is not always an instant process, and it can be frustrating when things don't happen as quickly as you'd like. But impatience is a form of doubt. It's the fear that if things aren't happening now, they may never happen. To combat this, practice patience by reminding yourself that everything is unfolding in divine timing. Trust that the universe knows the perfect time and way to bring your desires into your life. When you are patient, you are showing the universe that you believe in the process and are willing to wait for your desires to manifest in the best possible way. Another important aspect of letting go of doubt is releasing the need for control. Many people try to control every detail of how their desires will manifest, which often leads to frustration and doubt when things don't go according to plan. But manifestation is not about controlling the outcome, it's about aligning your energy with your desires and trusting that the universe will take care of the rest. When you let go of the need to control, you open yourself up to unexpected opportunities and possibilities that you may not have considered. The universe often works in ways that are beyond our comprehension, and by releasing control, you allow it to work its magic. Visualization is another powerful technique for releasing doubt. When you visualize your desired outcome with clarity and emotion, you create a mental and emotional blueprint that the universe can follow. Visualization helps you stay focused on your desires, even when doubt arises. It allows you to tap into the feeling of already having what you want, which strengthens your belief and reduces doubt. When you can see and feel your desires as if they are already real, it becomes easier to trust that they are on their way. In addition to visualization, taking inspired action is a crucial part of the manifestation process. When you take action that aligns with your desires, you reinforce your belief in their manifestation. This doesn't mean forcing things to happen or taking random actions out of desperation. Instead, it means tuning into your intuition and following the guidance that feels right to you. When you act from a place of alignment and trust, you send a clear message to the universe that you are ready to receive your desires. This, in turn, helps dissolve doubt and accelerates the manifestation process. It's important to be kind to yourself when doubt arises. Everyone experiences doubt from time to time, and it's a natural part of the human experience. The key is not to let doubt take over or derail your manifestation efforts. Instead, acknowledge the doubt, remind yourself of the tools and practices that help you release it, and continue to focus on your desires. The more you practice letting go of doubt, the easier it becomes, and the faster you'll manifest what you want. One of the most powerful ways to accelerate your manifestation process is by staying present in the now. The present moment is where all your creative energy exists. When you focus your thoughts and attention on the present, you align with the flow of life, and everything you desire can begin to unfold naturally. Many people tend to spend their mental and emotional energy either ruminating on the past or worrying about the future. In doing so, they miss out on the power of the present, where the real magic of manifestation happens. Being present is not just about being physically in the moment, it's about fully engaging your mind, body, and spirit in the here and now. When you stay present, you release resistance, stop blocking your desires, and allow the universe to bring what you want into your experience. Most importantly, being present helps you appreciate and acknowledge the journey itself, rather than fixating solely on the end goal. One of the reasons why staying present is so important is that the present moment is the only time that truly exists. The past is already gone, and the future hasn't happened yet. The only moment you have control over is now. By focusing on this moment, you direct your energy toward what you can create, experience, and influence right now. When you are constantly thinking about the past, you tend to bring old fears, regrets, and limitations into the present. On the other hand, when you are overly concerned about the future, you might feel anxious or impatient, which can disrupt your energy and make it harder to manifest your desires. Living in the present allows you to access a state of peace and calm. When you are fully present, You're not burdened by the weight of past mistakes or future uncertainties. You're simply in the now, free from worry and fear. This sense of peace creates a fertile ground for manifestation because you're no longer creating resistance with thoughts of lack or doubt. Instead, you're open, receptive, and aligned with the natural flow of the universe. One of the challenges of staying present is that the mind often resists it. The human mind is naturally inclined to wander, to analyze, and to plan. It's constantly jumping between memories of the past and projections of the future. This is where mindfulness comes in. Mindfulness is the practice of bringing your awareness back to the present moment, again and again. It's about paying attention to what is happening right now without judgment or distraction. By practicing mindfulness regularly, you train your mind to stay in the present and to fully engage with whatever is in front of you. A practical way to bring yourself back to the present is through conscious breathing. Whenever you feel your mind drifting into worries about the future or regrets about the past, take a few deep breaths. Focus on the sensation of the air entering and leaving your body. This simple act grounds you in the now and shifts your awareness back to the present. You can also use your senses to bring yourself into the moment. What do you hear, see, smell, and feel around you? Engaging your senses in this way draws your attention to what is happening in the here and now, rather than allowing your mind to drift elsewhere. Staying present also means releasing attachment to the outcome of your desires. Many people get so caught up in the results of their manifestations that they forget to enjoy the process. They might constantly check for signs that their desires are coming true, or they might feel frustrated when things aren't happening as quickly as they'd like. But this kind of attachment only creates more resistance. When you're overly focused on the future outcome, you're not fully present in the now, and this can slow down the manifestation process. The key is to trust that your desires are already on their way and to focus on what you can do in this moment to move closer to them. By releasing attachment and embracing the present, you allow the universe to work behind the scenes and deliver your desires in the best possible way and time. This doesn't mean you stop wanting what you desire or give up on your goals. It simply means that you don't let the need for immediate results take you out of the present moment. Gratitude is another powerful tool for staying present. When you practice gratitude, you shift your focus from what you lack to what you already have. This brings you back to the present and helps you appreciate the abundance in your life right now. Gratitude creates a positive emotional state which raises your vibration and aligns you with the energy of your desires. Instead of waiting for the future to bring you happiness, you find joy in the present, which naturally attracts more good things into your life. Another benefit of staying present is that it allows you to take inspired action. When you're fully present, you're more in tune with your intuition and inner guidance. You're able to notice opportunities and act on them in real time. This is the difference between forcing things to happen and allowing them to unfold naturally. When you stay present, you're more likely to take the right actions at the right time, because you're not distracted by fears or doubts about the past or future. You're able to flow with the current of life and make decisions from a place of clarity and alignment. It's also important to recognize that staying present doesn't mean ignoring your desires or pretending that challenges don't exist. It simply means that you don't let those things dominate your thoughts and emotions. If you're faced with a challenge or setback, staying present allows you to respond to it calmly and effectively, rather than getting caught up in worry or frustration. You're able to address the situation as it arises without letting it pull you out of the moment. In the context of manifestation, staying present helps you maintain a state of alignment with your desires. When you're present, you're not sending mixed signals to the universe. You're not oscillating between wanting something and doubting whether it will happen. Instead, you're consistently aligned with the feeling of having what you desire, which accelerates the manifestation process. By staying present, you become a clear channel for your desires to flow into your reality. One of the most liberating aspects of staying present is that it frees you from the illusion of time. We often think of manifestation as something that happens in the future, but in reality, everything exists in the present moment. The future is simply a projection of the choices and energy you create now. When you stay present, you realize that you don't need to wait for some future event to bring you happiness or fulfillment. You can create those feelings now, in this moment. And when you do, you align yourself with the reality where your desires are already fulfilled. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools for amplifying the speed of manifestation. While many people focus on techniques like visualization or affirmations to manifest their desires, gratitude serves as a hidden catalyst that can significantly accelerate the process. When you express gratitude, you align yourself with the energy of abundance, which naturally attracts more of what you want into your life. It shifts your focus from lack to abundance, helping you feel as though you already have what you desire. This feeling of already having is what allows the universe to bring your desires to you faster. The first step to understanding how gratitude amplifies speed is to realize that the universe responds to your emotional state. Manifestation isn't just about asking for what you want, it's about aligning your energy with what you desire. If you're constantly focused on what you lack or on the absence of your desires, you send out a vibration of scarcity. The universe, in turn, mirrors this scarcity back to you. However, when you focus on what you're grateful for, you send out a vibration of abundance and satisfaction, which the universe responds to by bringing more of that same energy into your life. One of the key reasons why gratitude is so effective in speeding up manifestation is that it shifts your emotional state immediately. When you feel grateful, you're in a high vibrational state. You're focused on the positive aspects of your life, which creates a powerful resonance with the universe. Instead of worrying about what you don't have or feeling anxious about whether your desires will manifest, you cultivate a sense of inner peace and fulfillment. This positive energy allows the universe to deliver your desires more quickly because you're no longer blocking the flow of abundance with doubt or fear. Gratitude also has the effect of reinforcing the belief that what you desire is already on its way. When you give thanks for something, even if it hasn't yet manifested, you're acting as though you already have it. This sends a clear message to the universe that you believe in the fulfillment of your desires. It's not about pretending or forcing yourself to feel grateful for things you don't have. It's about genuinely appreciating the process of creation and knowing that the universe is working behind the scenes to bring your desires to you. This act of giving thanks for things that have not yet manifested is called future gratitude, and it's a powerful manifestation tool. By expressing gratitude for what you're working to create, you close the gap between wanting and having. You align yourself with the frequency of your desired outcome and become a match for the reality where that outcome exists. When you're consistently in a state of gratitude, you essentially collapse time and allow your desires to come to you much faster than they would if you were stuck in a state of worry or doubt. Gratitude also strengthens your faith in the process of manifestation. When you focus on what you're thankful for, you begin to trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. This trust is crucial because impatience and doubt can significantly slow down the manifestation process. The more you trust, the more relaxed and open you are to receiving. Gratitude helps you cultivate that trust because it reminds you of all the good things you've already received, reinforcing the belief that the universe is always providing for you. Another important aspect of gratitude is that it helps you release attachment to specific outcomes. Often people get so focused on a particular desire that they become overly attached to how and when it will manifest. This attachment creates resistance, which can block the manifestation from coming to fruition. Gratitude helps you release that attachment by shifting your focus to the present moment. When you're grateful for what you already have, you stop obsessing over when your desires will manifest, and this release of attachment allows the universe to work more freely and quickly on your behalf. One of the simplest and most effective ways to incorporate gratitude into your manifestation practice is by keeping a gratitude journal. Each day, write down at least 5 things you're grateful for. These can be small things, like the sunshine on your face, or big things, like a new job or relationship. The key is to focus on the feeling of gratitude as you write. Don't just go through the motions, really feel thankful for the blessings in your life. You can also include things that haven't yet manifested but that you're working toward. For example, you might write, "I am so grateful for the financial abundance that is flowing into my life, even if you are not yet seeing it in your bank account." This practice helps you stay aligned with the energy of abundance and speeds up the manifestation process. Another powerful practice is to express gratitude in the moment when something positive happens, no matter how small it seems. This trains your mind to focus on the good in your life and keeps you in a high vibrational state. The more you express gratitude for the small things, the more the universe will provide opportunities for you to be grateful. It's a positive feedback loop. The more grateful you are, the more things you have to be grateful for, and the faster your desires manifest. Gratitude also improves your overall mindset, which plays a key role in manifestation. When you're grateful, you're less likely to engage in negative thinking or self-sabotaging behaviors. You're more likely to see opportunities rather than obstacles, and this shift in perspective helps you take inspired action toward your desires. Instead of feeling overwhelmed or stuck, you feel empowered and capable of creating the life you want. This proactive mindset accelerates the manifestation process because you're not waiting for things to happen, you're actively participating in their creation. In addition to boosting your mindset, gratitude enhances your relationships. The more you express appreciation for the people in your life, the more positive and supportive those relationships become. And because relationships are often a key factor in manifesting your desires, whether it's through networking, emotional support, or collaboration, improving your relationships can indirectly speed up your manifestations. When you're surrounded by people who uplift and encourage you, you're more likely to stay aligned with the energy of abundance and take the actions necessary to manifest your desires. Gratitude helps you stay grounded and centered, even when things aren't going as planned. Manifestation is not always a linear process, and sometimes challenges or delays can arise. When you practice gratitude, you're better able to handle these setbacks with grace and resilience. Instead of feeling frustrated or discouraged, you can focus on what's going right and trust that the universe is still working in your favor. This positive attitude keeps your vibration high and prevents you from falling into a state of resistance, which could slow down the manifestation process. Consistency is the bedrock of success in any endeavor, including the process of manifestation. When it comes to manifesting your desires, it's easy to get excited in the beginning, visualizing and affirming your goals with enthusiasm. However, the real power lies in being consistent with those practices over time. Manifestation is not a one-time event, but a continuous process of aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the reality you wish to create. It's in the daily, unwavering commitment to your goals that you build momentum, signal your intentions to the universe, and ultimately bring your desires to life. Consistency is essential because it creates a steady flow of energy that the universe responds to. When you're consistent, you're sending a clear and persistent message about what you want. Imagine trying to tune into a radio station but constantly changing the dial. You would never clearly hear the station's broadcast because the signal is interrupted. The same concept applies to manifestation. If you only focus on your desires sporadically or change your mind frequently about what you want, your signal to the universe becomes mixed. But when you are consistent, you send a strong, focused message that the universe can respond to with precision. One of the biggest challenges people face when manifesting is the temptation to give up when they don't see immediate results. They might start with excitement and optimism, but if things don't materialize quickly, they lose faith and stop putting in the effort. This inconsistency slows down the manifestation process because each time you stop, you lose the momentum you've built. It's like trying to push a heavy object up a hill. If you keep stopping, you'll never reach the top. Consistency keeps you moving forward, even when you can't yet see the finish line. The key to staying consistent is understanding that manifestation often requires patience. Some desires manifest quickly, while others take more time depending on their complexity and your alignment with them. It's important to trust that just because you don't see immediate evidence of your desires manifesting, it doesn't mean they aren't in the process of becoming. Consistency ensures that you stay in alignment long enough for your desires to materialize. Each day you stay committed, you're building a foundation that the universe can work with to bring your desires to fruition. Another reason consistency is essential is that it builds habits. Our minds and bodies thrive on routine, and consistent action creates habits that support your manifestation goals. When you consistently practice visualization, affirmations, or other manifestation techniques, they become second nature. You no longer have to consciously think about doing them, they become ingrained in your daily life. These positive habits reinforce your desires and keep your energy aligned with what you want to manifest, making the process smoother and faster. Consistency also has a powerful effect on your mindset. When you commit to your manifestation practices daily, you develop a sense of discipline and perseverance. This mental toughness helps you stay focused, even when obstacles arise. It's easy to stay motivated when things are going well, but true consistency means sticking with your practices even when things aren't going as planned. This resilience is crucial because the path to manifestation isn't always linear. There may be challenges or setbacks, but if you stay consistent, you'll be able to navigate them without losing sight of your goal. Being consistent helps you build trust in yourself and the process of manifestation. Every time you follow through on a commitment, whether it's visualizing your goals, practicing gratitude, or taking inspired action, you're reinforcing the belief that you're capable of creating the life you want. This self-trust is essential because it eliminates self-doubt, which can be one of the biggest blockers to manifestation. When you consistently show up for yourself, you strengthen your belief in your ability to manifest your desires, and this belief accelerates the process. Consistency also helps you stay connected to your why, the deeper reason behind your desire. When you're consistent, you regularly remind yourself of why you're working toward your goal. This keeps you motivated and focused on the bigger picture, rather than getting distracted by temporary frustrations or setbacks. Staying connected to your why fuels your passion and determination, making it easier to maintain consistency, even when the going gets tough. It's also important to note that consistency doesn't necessarily mean doing the same thing every day in the exact same way. While repetition is important, being flexible and adaptive is equally crucial. Consistency is about showing up and putting in the effort, but that effort can take different forms depending on the circumstances. For example, one day you might spend time visualizing your goals, while on another day you might focus on practicing gratitude or taking inspired action. The key is to be consistent in your overall commitment, even if the specific practices you engage in vary. Another benefit of consistency is that it strengthens your emotional resilience. When you're consistent in your manifestation practices, you're better able to manage your emotions when challenges arise. You develop the ability to stay calm and centered, even in the face of uncertainty. This emotional resilience is crucial because manifestation requires you to maintain a positive vibration and avoid falling into negative thought patterns. By staying consistent, you build the emotional strength to keep your vibration high, even when external circumstances might tempt you to doubt or worry. One of the most effective ways to stay consistent is to create a routine that incorporates your manifestation practices. This could be a morning or evening routine that includes visualization, affirmations, meditation, or journaling. By setting aside dedicated time each day for these practices, you ensure that you stay consistent, even on busy or challenging days. A routine also helps to signal to your subconscious mind that your manifestation practices are a priority, reinforcing your commitment to your goals. Consistency is not just about what you do, but also about how you think. Maintaining consistent positive thoughts and beliefs about your desires is just as important as taking consistent action. If your actions are aligned with your desires, but your thoughts are filled with doubt or negativity, you're sending mixed signals to the universe. Consistency in thought means continuously believing in your ability to manifest your desires, even when external circumstances might suggest otherwise. This mental consistency is what allows you to stay aligned with the energy of your desires and attract them into your life. It's also important to celebrate the small wins along the way. Consistency can sometimes feel challenging because you may not always see immediate results. However, by acknowledging and celebrating the progress you make, no matter how small, you reinforce your commitment to your goals. This positive reinforcement keeps you motivated and helps you maintain consistency, even during times when it feels like your desires are far off. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about a powerful mindset, the ability to act as if nothing hurts you. Life, as we know, is filled with challenges, hard attacks, and moments that can knock us off our feet. But what if I told you that the way we respond to pain can transform our lives in remarkable ways? Resilience is a profound quality that lies within each of us, waiting to be tapped into. It's not about being unbreakable, rather. It's about the ability to rise again after we've been knocked down. Life's challenges can be daunting, and it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the weight of our struggles. However, when we choose to embrace resilience, we acknowledge that every setback can serve as a stepping stone toward growth and transformation. Think about the times in your life when you faced adversity. Perhaps it was a personal loss, a professional setback, or a moment of deep disappointment. In those moments, it may have felt easier to retreat, to hide from the world, and to allow our pain to define us. But resilience invites us to do the opposite. It encourages us to face our challenges head-on, to confront our fears, and to allow ourselves the grace to heal. By acting as if nothing hurts us, we create a powerful affirmation of our strength. It's a declaration that we refuse to let our experiences dictate our worth or our future. This mindset empowers us to take control of our narrative, turning our wounds into wisdom. We learn that pain is not the end of our story, but a chapter that contributes to the richness of our lives. Resilience teaches us the importance of adaptability. When we encounter obstacles, we learn to pivot and find new paths. This flexibility not only helps us navigate difficult times, but also enhances our creativity and problem-solving skills. Each challenge becomes an opportunity to innovate and to discover strengths we never knew we had. Moreover, resilience is about community. In times of struggle, reaching out to others for support can be a transformative experience. It reminds us that we are not alone in our pain. By sharing our stories, we create connections that foster understanding and empathy. We learn from one another and draw strength from our collective experiences, building a network of support that lifts us all. Embracing resilience also means cultivating self-compassion. We must allow ourselves the space to feel, to grieve, and to heal without judgment. This gentleness toward ourselves can be revolutionary. It encourages us to recognize our humanity and to honor our emotions as valid. By doing so, we create a foundation of strength that supports us through even the toughest times. As we embrace resilience, we also learn the value of perspective. Life is filled with ups and downs, and it's crucial to remember that pain is a part of the human experience. Instead of viewing our struggles as insurmountable obstacles, we can reframe them as essential elements of our journey. Each hardship offers a lesson, a chance to grow, and an opportunity to evolve. Ultimately, embracing resilience empowers us to take bold steps forward. It ignites a fire within us, pushing us to strive for our dreams despite the obstacles in our way. When we act as if nothing hurts us, we send a powerful message to ourselves and the world that we are capable, we are worthy, and we will not be defeated. This mindset fuels our passion for life and inspires us to chase after what truly matters, knowing that we have the strength to overcome anything that comes our way. The power of choice is one of the most profound gifts we possess as human beings. Every day, we face a multitude of decisions, from the simplest to the most complex. Each choice we make shapes our lives in ways we often don't fully realize. When we confront pain or adversity, it's crucial to recognize that we have the power to choose our response. This realization can be liberating, allowing us to take charge of our own narratives. When faced with a challenge, we can choose how we perceive the situation. We can view it as a burden or as an opportunity for growth. This shift in perspective is transformative. Instead of feeling helpless, we empower ourselves to take control of our circumstances. This doesn't mean we ignore our feelings, rather, it means we acknowledge them and decide not to let them dictate our actions. By consciously choosing how to respond, we reclaim our agency and move forward with intention. The choices we make also determine the direction of our lives. When we decide to act as if nothing hurts us, we are essentially choosing resilience over victimhood. We are declaring that while pain may be a part of our journey, it does not define us. This mindset encourages us to take proactive steps toward healing and growth. Instead of allowing setbacks to hold us back, we choose to see them as stepping stones on our path to success. Choosing to act strong also influences our relationships with others. Our mindset can have a ripple effect on those around us. When we approach life with a positive attitude and an unwavering belief in our ability to overcome, we inspire those around us to adopt a similar outlook. This collective strength can create an environment of support and encouragement where everyone feels empowered to rise above their struggles. Moreover, the power of choice extends to how we treat ourselves. The internal dialogue we engage in plays a crucial role in shaping our self-image and emotional well-being. When we choose to speak to ourselves with kindness and compassion, we cultivate a sense of self-worth that fortifies us against external challenges. This self-affirmation is vital. It reinforces the belief that we are deserving of love, success, and happiness, regardless of our circumstances. In moments of pain, we can also choose to reach out for help. Vulnerability can feel daunting, but it is an essential part of the healing process. By choosing to connect with others, we open ourselves to support and understanding. This choice can lead to deeper connections and a sense of belonging, reminding us that we are never truly alone in our struggles. Furthermore, the power of choice allows us to cultivate resilience through our actions. We can choose to engage in activities that nourish our minds, bodies, and spirits. Whether it's through exercise, creative expression, or simply spending time in nature, these choices enhance our well-being and provide us with the strength to face life's challenges head-on. Each positive action we take reinforces our ability to cope with adversity, fostering a cycle of empowerment. As we navigate life's complexities, it's important to remember that every choice we make carries weight. We have the ability to decide how we want to live, how we want to feel, and how we want to respond to the world around us. Embracing this power can be a game changer. It transforms our outlook from one of passivity to one of active participation in our own lives. In embracing the power of choice, we reclaim our strength and cultivate a mindset of possibility. We can choose hope over despair, action over inaction, and growth over stagnation. Life may present us with challenges, but the choices we make in response to those challenges define who we are and the paths we take. By choosing to act as if nothing hurts us, we unlock the potential for transformation, resilience, and an extraordinary life filled with purpose and fulfillment. Channeling your energy effectively is a transformative practice that can significantly impact your life. Every experience, whether joyful or painful, generates energy. How we direct that energy can determine our emotional state, our productivity, and even the outcomes we achieve. When we encounter challenges, it's essential to recognize that we have the power to choose how to use that energy rather than allowing it to overwhelm us. Imagine facing a setback that feels insurmountable. The initial wave of emotions might include frustration, sadness, or anger. Instead of letting these feelings consume you, channel that energy into something constructive. Redirecting your emotional intensity into creative outlets can be incredibly liberating. Whether it's through art, writing, music, or physical activity, expressing yourself allows you to transform negative energy into a positive force. This shift not only provides an emotional release but also fosters creativity and innovation. Moreover, channeling energy isn't limited to creative pursuits. It can manifest in our daily routines and habits. For instance, when feeling anxious or restless, consider using that energy to engage in exercise or a physical activity that invigorates you. Exercise is a powerful way to convert stress into strength. releasing endorphins that boost your mood and enhance your resilience. The energy that once felt burdensome can become a source of vitality and empowerment. Another effective way to channel your energy is by focusing on personal goals and aspirations. Use the intensity of your emotions as fuel to propel you toward what you want to achieve. This could mean setting new intentions, creating a vision board, or even taking small steps each day toward your dreams. By concentrating your energy on your goals, you shift your mindset from one of defeat to one of determination. The very pain that once held you back can become the catalyst for your greatest achievements. It's also essential to recognize the importance of mindfulness in this process. Mindfulness allows us to observe our emotions without judgment, creating a space in which we can choose how to respond. When we practice mindfulness, we become aware of the energy we carry, enabling us to direct it intentionally. Rather than reacting impulsively to our feelings, we can pause, breathe, and consciously decide where to channel that energy. This practice fosters emotional intelligence and self-awareness, essential components in transforming challenges into opportunities. Additionally, consider the impact of your environment on your energy. Surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire you. When we connect with others who share our values and aspirations, we create a collective energy that fosters positivity and motivation. Engage in conversations that stimulate your mind and heart. Share your experiences and allow others to share theirs. This exchange can amplify your energy, transforming it into a powerful force for growth and connection. Channeling energy also involves the practice of gratitude. Focusing on what you appreciate in your life can redirect your attention from pain to possibility. When you actively cultivate gratitude, you shift your energy toward the positive aspects of your experiences, no matter how small. This shift can enhance your overall outlook and empower you to face challenges with renewed vigor and optimism. Remember that the energy you channel isn't just for your personal benefit, it can also inspire and uplift those around you. When you take the steps to redirect your energy positively, you create a ripple effect that encourages others to do the same. Your journey of transformation can inspire friends, family, and even strangers to harness their energy in meaningful ways, fostering a community of resilience and empowerment. In essence, channeling your energy is about recognizing your power to direct your emotional responses into constructive actions. It's about taking the raw intensity of your experiences and transforming them into something that enriches your life and the lives of those around you. By embracing this practice, you not only enhance your own journey, but also contribute to a collective spirit of growth and possibility, reminding us all that we can rise above our circumstances and create a life filled with purpose and passion. Surrounding yourself with positivity is one of the most impactful choices you can make in your life. The energy and attitudes of the people we engage with can significantly influence our mindset, emotions, and overall well-being. When we choose to immerse ourselves in positive environments, we cultivate an atmosphere that nurtures our growth and resilience, allowing us to thrive even in challenging times. Consider the individuals in your life. Are they uplifting, supportive, and encouraging, or do they tend to bring negativity and doubt? The people we choose to surround ourselves with can either lift us up or drag us down. When we consciously select relationships that are rooted in positivity, we create a strong support system that reinforces our goals and aspirations. Positive individuals inspire us to see the best in ourselves and push us to pursue our dreams with passion and determination. Engaging with positive influences also enhances our emotional health. When we share our experiences with others who have a constructive outlook, we find that our challenges seem more manageable. Their encouragement can provide a fresh perspective, allowing us to view obstacles as opportunities rather than insurmountable problems. In moments of self-doubt or struggle, a friend's uplifting words or a mentor's guidance can be the light that helps us navigate through the darkness. Moreover, positivity can be contagious. When we are surrounded by optimistic people, their energy can rub off on us. This phenomenon, often referred to as emotional contagion, highlights the power of collective positivity. Now, The more we interact with those who embody a positive mindset, the more we find ourselves adopting similar attitudes. This shared energy creates a cycle of encouragement that can empower everyone involved, fostering an environment where everyone feels valued and motivated. Additionally, surrounding ourselves with positivity extends beyond just our relationships. It also encompasses the environments we inhabit and the media we consume. Consider the impact of your physical surroundings. How does your home, workspace, or community influence your mood? Creating a positive space filled with inspiring art, uplifting quotes, and elements that bring you joy can significantly enhance your emotional state. A nurturing environment promotes creativity and productivity, allowing you to focus on your goals and aspirations. The media we consume also plays a crucial role in shaping our mindset. In today's digital age, it's easy to be bombarded with negativity through news, social media, and entertainment. Being intentional about the content you engage with can help filter out negativity. Seek out uplifting books, podcasts, or videos that inspire and motivate you. Engage with communities that foster positivity and support your growth. By curating your media consumption, you create a buffer against negativity and reinforce a more optimistic outlook on life. Another essential aspect of surrounding yourself with positivity is practicing gratitude. When you actively cultivate a mindset of appreciation, you attract more positive experiences into your life. Take time to acknowledge the good things around you, no matter how small. Sharing your gratitude with others can also strengthen your relationships, creating a supportive network that celebrates each other's successes. This practice reinforces a culture of positivity that encourages everyone to thrive. It's important to remember that surrounding yourself with positivity doesn't mean ignoring challenges or pretending that life is always perfect. Rather, it's about choosing to approach life with an optimistic mindset, even in the face of difficulties. It's about acknowledging our struggles while actively seeking out the silver linings and the lessons that come from them. This balanced perspective fosters resilience and equips us with the tools we need to navigate life's ups and downs. Surrounding yourself with positivity is a powerful choice that can significantly enhance your life. By nurturing relationships that uplift and inspire you, creating a positive environment, and being intentional about the media you consume, you cultivate a space where growth and resilience can flourish. This conscious effort to embrace positivity not only benefits you but also creates a ripple effect, inspiring those around you to adopt a similar mindset. As you journey through life, remember that you have the power to choose your influences, and by doing so, you can create a life filled with joy, purpose, and fulfillment. Mindfulness and presence are transformative practices that can profoundly change the way we experience life. In a world often filled with distractions and rapid pacing, cultivating mindfulness allows us to anchor ourselves in the moment, fostering a deeper connection to our thoughts, feelings, and surroundings. This awareness can lead to greater clarity, enhanced emotional well-being, and a more fulfilling life overall. At its core, mindfulness is about being fully present in the here and now. It encourages us to observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment, creating a space where we can respond to life's challenges with intention rather than reactivity. When we practice mindfulness, we learn to pay attention to the present moment, letting go of regrets about the past and anxieties about the future. This shift in focus helps us appreciate the richness of our experiences, no matter how ordinary they may seem. One of the most powerful aspects of mindfulness is its ability to reduce stress and promote emotional regulation. When we find ourselves overwhelmed by negative emotions, mindfulness offers a tool for managing those feelings. By observing our thoughts as they arise, we create distance from them, enabling us to respond rather than react impulsively. This practice can be especially beneficial in difficult situations, as it empowers us to maintain our composure and clarity, allowing us to make more thoughtful decisions. Incorporating mindfulness into our daily lives can take many forms. Simple practices such as deep breathing, meditation, or mindful walking can help ground us in the present moment. These activities encourage us to focus on our senses, what we see, hear, smell, taste, and feel. By tuning into our sensory experiences, we cultivate a greater appreciation for the world around us. Even everyday tasks like eating or washing dishes can become opportunities for mindfulness. By fully engaging in these moments, we transform routine activities into moments of connection and awareness. Being present also enhances our relationships. When we practice mindfulness, we become more attuned to the people around us. By listening actively and fully engaging in conversations, we create deeper connections with others. This presence fosters empathy and understanding, allowing us to appreciate different perspectives. When we are genuinely present with someone, it communicates that we value them and their experiences, strengthening our bonds and enriching our interactions. Moreover, mindfulness and presence encourage us to embrace gratitude. When we are fully aware of the present moment, we can more easily recognize the beauty and blessings in our lives. Practicing gratitude enhances our overall well-being, shifting our focus from what we lack to what we have. This shift in perspective cultivates a sense of abundance and fulfillment, encouraging us to savor the small joys and simple pleasures that often go unnoticed. Mindfulness also empowers us to break free from habitual patterns of thinking and behavior. By observing our thoughts without attachment, we gain insight into our mental habits and can identify areas where we might be stuck. This awareness opens the door to personal growth, allowing us to challenge limiting beliefs and develop a more positive mindset. The ability to pause and reflect before reacting can lead to healthier choices and more meaningful interactions. Furthermore, embracing mindfulness can enhance our overall quality of life. When we practice being present, we cultivate a sense of peace and contentment that often eludes us in our busy lives. This inner calm allows us to navigate challenges with grace and resilience. As we learn to appreciate each moment as it comes, we find that life becomes more vibrant and fulfilling. Mindfulness and presence are powerful tools that can enrich our lives in countless ways. By cultivating awareness of the present moment, we can reduce stress, enhance our relationships, and foster gratitude. These practices empower us to respond to life with intention, transforming our experiences and nurturing our emotional well-being. In a fast-paced world, making the conscious choice to embrace mindfulness allows us to live more fully, with a deeper appreciation for the beauty of each moment. Authenticity and vulnerability is a profound concept that invites us to embrace our true selves, particularly in moments of uncertainty or emotional exposure. In a society that often values strength and perfection, being authentic can feel risky. Yet it is precisely in our vulnerability that we find the greatest opportunities for connection, growth, and self-acceptance. Embracing this authenticity can lead to a deeper understanding of ourselves and more meaningful relationships with others. Vulnerability is often misunderstood as a sign of weakness. However, it takes immense courage to be vulnerable. When we allow ourselves to show our true feelings, fears, and imperfections, we create space for genuine connections with others. This authenticity invites others to do the same, fostering an environment where openness and honesty can thrive. By sharing our struggles and uncertainties, we humanize our experiences, reminding ourselves and others that we are not alone in our challenges. In practicing authenticity, we learn to accept and embrace our flaws. Rather than hiding behind a facade of perfection, we acknowledge our mistakes and shortcomings as integral parts of our journey. This acceptance can be liberating. It allows us to let go of the pressure to conform to societal expectations and instead honor our unique paths. When we recognize that vulnerability is a shared human experience, we cultivate a sense of belonging that transcends superficial connections. Authenticity in vulnerability also encourages emotional honesty. When we communicate our feelings openly, we create opportunities for deeper understanding in our relationships. This openness fosters trust, as others feel safe to express themselves without fear of judgment. The more we engage in honest conversations about our emotions and experiences, the more we cultivate a culture of empathy and support. Authenticity becomes a bridge that connects us, allowing us to relate to one another on a more profound level. In our professional lives, authenticity and vulnerability can lead to greater collaboration and innovation. When team members feel safe to express their ideas and concerns, they are more likely to contribute creatively and take risks. This openness fosters a culture of collaboration, where diverse perspectives are valued and nurtured. By cultivating a workplace environment that embraces authenticity, organizations can drive innovation and create a more engaged and motivated workforce. Additionally, authenticity and vulnerability allows us to develop greater self-awareness. By examining our fears and insecurities, we gain insight into our motivations and desires. This self-reflection helps us clarify our values and goals, enabling us to align our actions with our true selves. The more we understand ourselves, the more empowered we become to pursue what truly matters to us, leading to a more fulfilling and purposeful life. It is essential to recognize that embracing vulnerability doesn't mean sharing every aspect of our lives with everyone. Authenticity involves discernment and understanding of when and with whom we feel comfortable being vulnerable. Establishing boundaries is crucial. It ensures that we protect our emotional well-being while still allowing ourselves to connect authentically. This balance enables us to foster meaningful relationships without compromising our sense of safety. Authenticity and vulnerability is a powerful and transformative practice. By embracing our true selves and allowing ourselves to be vulnerable, we cultivate deeper connections with others and foster a culture of empathy and support. This authenticity encourages personal growth, enhances emotional honesty, and promotes collaboration in both personal and professional settings. Ultimately, by honoring our vulnerabilities, we can lead more fulfilling lives that reflect our true essence, inspiring others to do the same. In a world that often encourages us to hide behind masks, choosing authenticity is a revolutionary act of courage and strength. A new perspective can serve as a powerful catalyst for change in our lives. Often we find ourselves trapped in cycles of thought or behavior that limit our potential and stifle our growth. Embracing a fresh viewpoint allows us to break free from these constraints, fostering a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. This shift in perspective can illuminate new pathways, inspire creativity, and enhance our overall well-being. At the heart of gaining a new perspective is the willingness to step outside our comfort zones. We often cling to familiar routines and beliefs, even when they no longer serve us. By consciously seeking out new experiences, we can challenge our existing assumptions and open ourselves up to different ways of thinking. This exploration can take many forms: traveling to new places, engaging with diverse communities, or simply trying a new hobby. Each of these experiences invites us to view the world through a different lens, broadening our understanding and enriching our lives. One of the most profound benefits of a new perspective is its ability to foster empathy. When we step into the shoes of others and try to understand their experiences, we cultivate compassion and connection. This practice encourages us to see beyond our own narratives and recognize the shared humanity that binds us all. Whether through listening to different stories, engaging in meaningful conversations, or volunteering in our communities, seeking out diverse perspectives helps us dismantle preconceived notions and stereotypes, fostering a more inclusive and understanding society. A shift in perspective can also empower us to reframe challenges. When faced with obstacles, it's easy to become overwhelmed and view them as insurmountable. However, by approaching difficulties with a new mindset, we can see them as opportunities for growth and learning. This reframing allows us to cultivate resilience as we learn to adapt and find creative solutions to the challenges we encounter. Instead of feeling defeated, we can embrace a sense of curiosity, asking ourselves what lessons we can glean from our experiences. Moreover, a new perspective encourages us to reevaluate our goals and aspirations. Sometimes we become so focused on a particular path that we lose sight of other possibilities. By stepping back and examining our lives from a different angle, we may discover passions or interests that we hadn't previously considered. This exploration can lead to a more authentic alignment with our true selves, guiding us toward paths that resonate with our values and desires. Embracing this flexibility allows us to pursue opportunities that genuinely fulfill us, rather than adhering to a predetermined script. In addition, adopting a new perspective can enhance our problem-solving abilities. When we encounter a challenge, it's natural to revert to familiar strategies. However, by actively seeking alternative viewpoints, we can unlock innovative solutions that we may not have initially considered. This creative thinking can lead to breakthroughs, both personally and professionally. Collaborating with others who bring different perspectives can further amplify this effect, as diverse teams often generate more robust ideas and solutions. Another vital aspect of embracing a new perspective is the potential for personal transformation. Often we hold on to limiting beliefs about ourselves that hinder our growth. By questioning these beliefs and challenging the narratives we tell ourselves, we create space for self-discovery and empowerment. This journey can lead to greater self-acceptance and a more positive self-image, allowing us to pursue our goals with renewed confidence. It's important to recognize that gaining a new perspective is an ongoing journey. It requires patience, curiosity, and a willingness to learn. Engaging with literature, art, and philosophy can further enrich this process. Each of these avenues offers unique insights that can challenge our thinking and inspire new ways of seeing the world. Additionally, surrounding ourselves with individuals who inspire us and challenge our viewpoints can encourage continuous growth and evolution. Embracing a new perspective is a transformative practice that can enrich our lives in countless ways. By stepping outside our comfort zones, cultivating empathy, reframing challenges, and reevaluating our goals, we create opportunities for growth and self-discovery. This shift not only enhances our personal development but also contributes to a more compassionate and understanding world. As we embark on this journey of exploration, we unlock the potential for deeper connections, innovative solutions, and a more fulfilling life aligned with our true selves. Embracing a new perspective is not just about changing our viewpoint, it's about opening ourselves up to the endless possibilities that life has to offer. Trusting the journey is a profound mindset that encourages us to embrace life's uncertainties and challenges with an open heart and mind. It invites us to recognize that life is not merely a series of destinations, but a continuous process filled with experiences that shape us along the way. This perspective fosters resilience, patience, and a sense of purpose, reminding us that every step, no matter how difficult or unexpected, plays a crucial role in our personal growth. At its core, trusting the journey means surrendering the need for control over every aspect of our lives. In a world that often promotes the idea of having a rigid plan or clear roadmap, this mindset encourages us to let go of the illusion of certainty. Instead of fixating solely on our goals or outcomes, we learn to appreciate the moments we encounter, the lessons we learn, and the people we meet along the way. This shift in focus allows us to engage more fully with our experiences, fostering a sense of gratitude for the journey itself. Embracing this mindset can be particularly empowering during times of uncertainty or adversity. Life is inherently unpredictable, and challenges often arise when we least expect them. Trusting the journey invites us to approach these moments with curiosity rather than fear. By viewing obstacles as opportunities for growth, we develop resilience that helps us navigate difficulties with grace. Instead of viewing setbacks as failures, we can reframe them as valuable lessons that contribute to our overall development. This mindset also encourages self-compassion. When we trust the journey, we acknowledge that it's okay to make mistakes or encounter detours. We recognize that growth is rarely linear. It often involves twists and turns that can feel disheartening at times. By practicing self-compassion, we treat ourselves with kindness during challenging moments, allowing us to learn from our experiences without harsh self-criticism. This gentleness cultivates a positive relationship with ourselves, fostering a sense of inner peace that enables us to move forward. Moreover, trusting the journey helps us cultivate a deeper sense of purpose. When we release the need for rigid plans, we create space for spontaneity and exploration. This openness allows us to discover passions and interests we might not have considered otherwise. By following our intuition and remaining receptive to new experiences, we often find ourselves on paths that align more closely with our authentic selves. Each twist and turn becomes an opportunity for self-discovery, leading us to a life that feels more meaningful and fulfilling. Engaging with the journey also enhances our ability to live in the present moment. In our fast-paced society, it's easy to become fixated on future aspirations or past regrets. Trusting the journey encourages us to be fully present in our current experiences. When we embrace the here and now, we can savor the beauty of life's simple pleasures, whether it's enjoying a warm cup of coffee, laughing with friends, or marveling at nature. This mindfulness fosters a sense of joy and appreciation that enriches our lives. Another significant aspect of trusting the journey is the importance of community. Surrounding ourselves with supportive individuals who share similar values can amplify our sense of trust in the process. When we engage with others who inspire and uplift us, we create a network of encouragement that reinforces our belief in the journey. Sharing our experiences with trusted friends or mentors fosters a sense of belonging, reminding us that we are not alone in our struggles and triumphs. Furthermore, trusting the journey encourages us to cultivate patience. In a culture that often prioritizes instant gratification, it's essential to recognize that meaningful change and growth take time. When we embrace patience, we learn to appreciate the gradual unfolding of our lives. This mindset helps us resist the urge to rush through experiences or force outcomes, allowing us to find beauty in the process itself. As we cultivate patience, we develop a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Trusting the journey is a transformative practice that invites us to embrace life's uncertainties with an open heart. By letting go of the need for control, reframing challenges, and practicing self-compassion, we cultivate resilience and a deeper sense of purpose. This mindset encourages us to live in the present moment, fostering joy and appreciation for life's experiences. As we engage with our journey, we discover the beauty in every twist and turn, empowering us to navigate life with grace and authenticity. Ultimately, trusting the journey is not just about the destination, it's about the rich tapestry of experiences that shape us along the way, reminding us that each moment is a valuable part of our unique story. The gift of forgiveness is a profound and transformative act that can significantly impact our emotional well-being and relationships. Often misunderstood as a mere act of letting go, forgiveness is a deep and intentional process that allows us to release the burdens of anger, resentment, and hurt. Embracing forgiveness is not only beneficial for those we forgive, but also liberates us, enabling us to move forward with our lives in a more positive and empowered way. At its core, forgiveness is about reclaiming our power. When we hold on to grudges or unresolved pain, we allow those experiences to dictate our emotions and reactions. This can lead to a cycle of negativity that affects our mental and physical health. By choosing to forgive, we take back control over our lives, acknowledging that we have the ability to define our own emotional state rather than being tethered to past grievances. This act of self-empowerment fosters a sense of freedom and lightness, allowing us to experience life more fully. The journey of forgiveness often begins with self-reflection. It requires us to confront our feelings and understand the impact of the hurt we've experienced. This process can be challenging, as it involves acknowledging pain and vulnerability. However, it is essential to recognize that forgiveness is not about excusing the behavior of others or minimizing our own feelings. Instead, it's about acknowledging the hurt and choosing to let it go. This intentional act of release can pave the way for healing and personal growth. Moreover, the gift of forgiveness can enhance our relationships. When we forgive, we create space for healing and reconciliation. Holding on to resentment can create barriers that prevent meaningful connections with others. By forgiving, we open ourselves to the possibility of rebuilding trust and intimacy, whether with friends, family, or romantic partners. This renewed connection can lead to deeper understanding and appreciation, enriching our relationships in profound ways. Forgiveness also has a significant impact on our mental and emotional health. Research has shown that practicing forgiveness can reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression, leading to a greater sense of overall well-being. When we let go of grudges, we create emotional space for positive feelings such as joy, love, and gratitude. This shift in mindset allows us to focus on the present rather than being consumed by past hurts, leading to a more fulfilling and peaceful life. Additionally, embracing forgiveness can foster empathy and compassion. When we choose to forgive, we begin to understand the complexities of human behavior. We recognize that everyone is fallible and capable of making mistakes. This understanding cultivates a sense of compassion, allowing us to see others as whole individuals rather than solely through the lens of their actions. This broader perspective fosters a kinder and more forgiving approach to life, enhancing our relationships and our interactions with others. It's important to acknowledge that forgiveness is often a process rather than a singular event. It can take time, especially for deep-seated wounds. There may be moments of regression where feelings of hurt resurface. This is a normal part of the healing journey. Practicing patience with ourselves during this process is essential. Each step we take toward forgiveness is a testament to our strength and commitment to our own well-being. In some cases, forgiveness may also involve setting healthy boundaries. Forgiving someone does not mean we have to continue allowing them to hurt us or accept harmful behavior. Instead, it can be an opportunity to establish boundaries that protect our emotional and mental health. This balance allows us to move forward without carrying the weight of unresolved conflict, fostering a sense of empowerment and agency in our relationships. The gift of forgiveness can be a powerful way to cultivate a more positive outlook on life. When we release negative emotions, we make room for hope, joy, and gratitude. This shift in perspective can lead to greater resilience in the face of life's challenges, as we learn to approach difficulties with a more open and forgiving heart. By embracing the gift of forgiveness, we can transform our experiences, enrich our relationships, and enhance our overall quality of life. The gift of forgiveness is a powerful and transformative act that benefits both ourselves and those around us. By reclaiming our power, enhancing our relationships, and promoting our mental and emotional health, we create a pathway to healing and growth. Forgiveness encourages empathy, compassion, and resilience, allowing us to navigate life's complexities with grace and understanding. As we embrace this gift, we unlock the potential for deeper connections, a more positive outlook, and a more fulfilling life, one that reflects our true essence and capacity for love. Living fully is a profound commitment to embracing life with intention, passion, and presence. It invites us to engage with each moment, appreciating the richness of our experiences and recognizing the beauty that exists all around us. To live fully means to step beyond the boundaries of routine and complacency, daring to explore the depths of our potential and the breadth of our experiences. This mindset transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary, encouraging us to savor every facet of life. At the heart of living fully is the practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness encourages us to be present in the moment, fully aware of our surroundings, thoughts, and emotions. By cultivating this awareness, we begin to notice the subtle joys that often go unnoticed, like the warmth of sunlight on our skin, the laughter of friends, or the taste of a delicious meal. Living fully means immersing ourselves in these experiences, allowing ourselves to feel and appreciate life deeply. This presence creates a more vibrant existence, enriching our daily interactions and making every moment feel significant. Living fully also involves embracing our passions and pursuing what truly excites us. Each of us has unique interests and talents that light a fire within us. By dedicating time to these passions, whether it's painting, writing, cooking, or any other pursuit, we infuse our lives with joy and fulfillment. Engaging in activities that resonate with our true selves not only enhances our well-being, but also fosters a sense of purpose. When we align our actions with our passions, we create a life that feels authentic and meaningful. Another essential aspect of living fully is cultivating relationships that nurture and uplift us. The connections we forge with others play a crucial role in our overall happiness. Surrounding ourselves with supportive and loving individuals creates a sense of community and belonging. By investing in these relationships, we create a network of encouragement that propels us forward. Sharing our experiences, dreams, and challenges with others fosters deeper connections, allowing us to learn from one another and grow together. These relationships enrich our lives, reminding us of the importance of human connection. Moreover, living fully requires us to embrace vulnerability. It's easy to build walls around ourselves, protecting us from potential pain or disappointment. However, true fulfillment comes when we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, to share our thoughts, feelings, and experiences openly. This vulnerability fosters authenticity, creating deeper connections with others and inviting them to be open in return. By being willing to show our true selves, we cultivate a sense of freedom that encourages us to live without fear, embracing life's uncertainties with courage. Taking risks is another vital component of living fully. Life is inherently unpredictable, and stepping outside our comfort zones can be daunting. However, it is often in these moments of risk that we find the most profound growth and discovery. Whether it's pursuing a new career, traveling to unfamiliar places, or trying something completely outside our usual routine, taking risks opens us up to new possibilities. Embracing uncertainty allows us to expand our horizons, learn more about ourselves, and experience life in all its richness. Furthermore, living fully involves practicing gratitude. When we take the time to reflect on the blessings in our lives, no matter how small, we shift our focus from what we lack to what we have. This practice cultivates a positive mindset, allowing us to appreciate the present moment and all it has to offer. Gratitude enhances our overall well-being, reinforcing the idea that life is filled with moments worth cherishing. By regularly acknowledging our blessings, we create a habit of positivity that enriches our experiences. In addition, living fully means prioritizing our health and well-being. Taking care of our physical, mental, and emotional health is crucial to experiencing life to the fullest. Engaging in regular exercise, eating nutritious foods, and prioritizing self-care routines not only enhances our physical vitality, but also boosts our mental clarity and emotional resilience. When we nurture our bodies and minds, we create a foundation that supports our journey toward living fully. This holistic approach empowers us to engage with life actively and joyfully. Living fully is about embracing the journey itself. Life is not solely defined by achievements or milestones, it is a continuous unfolding of experiences. When we cultivate a mindset that values the process as much as the destination, we become more resilient and adaptable. Each experience, whether joyful or challenging, contributes to our growth and understanding. By embracing this journey, we learn to find meaning in every moment, recognizing that life's richness lies in the small details and everyday experiences. Living fully is a dynamic and intentional practice that enriches our lives in countless ways. By embracing mindfulness, pursuing our passions, nurturing relationships, and allowing ourselves to be vulnerable, we create a life that feels authentic and vibrant. Taking risks, practicing gratitude, prioritizing our health, and appreciating the journey all contribute to a fuller existence. Ultimately, living fully invites us to engage with life wholeheartedly, transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary and reminding us that every moment is a precious gift waiting to be embraced. In conclusion, living fully is an empowering journey that invites us to embrace each moment with intention and gratitude. It encourages us to immerse ourselves in our passions, nurture meaningful relationships, and approach life with a sense of curiosity and vulnerability. By prioritizing mindfulness, taking risks, and practicing self-care, we create a rich tapestry of experiences that enhances our well-being and fosters personal growth. As we navigate this journey, let us remember that life is not just about the destination, but the beauty found in every step along the way. By choosing to live fully, we unlock the potential to transform the ordinary into the extraordinary, creating a life that resonates with our true selves. So let us commit to living each day with purpose, savoring the joys, learning from the challenges, and celebrating the incredible gift of life. Together, let's embrace the fullness of our experiences and inspire one another to live boldly and authentically. Today we stand on the brink of restoration. Maybe this past year hasn't gone the way you hoped, and you may feel like time has been wasted. But I'm here to tell you that God is about to restore what seemed lost. And here are 7 powerful signs that He is moving in your life. Sometimes we find ourselves in seasons where nothing seems to be going right. It feels like everything we've worked for, all the time we've invested, is unraveling, leaving us with little more than frustration and a sense of loss. The year feels wasted, and we wonder if there's any way to redeem the time. But in the middle of this turmoil, you start to sense something deeper. There's a feeling inside you that you can't quite explain, a stirring in your spirit. It's subtle at first, but it grows stronger, gently reminding you that God isn't finished with you yet. This stirring, though often quiet, is one of the most powerful signs that God is about to restore everything you thought was lost. The stirring begins when you least expect it. It might come during a moment of prayer or reflection, or even while you're going about your everyday life. Out of nowhere, you feel a shift in your heart. It's as though something inside you is waking up. The best way to describe it is like a soft nudge from God, prompting you to pay attention, to listen closely. You realize that there's something more for you, that your story isn't over. This sensation, this stirring, is a signal that God is working behind the scenes, preparing to restore what has been broken or lost. This stirring is often accompanied by a deep sense of restlessness. It's not the kind of restlessness that leads to anxiety or impatience, rather. It's a holy restlessness that compels you to seek more, to press into God with greater intensity. You may find yourself dissatisfied with the things that once seemed fulfilling, as if your spirit is rejecting anything that doesn't align with where God is taking you next. This discomfort is not something to be feared or avoided, but rather embraced. It's a divine signal that transformation is near. At first, you might question this feeling. You wonder if it's just your imagination or perhaps wishful thinking. But as time goes on, you realize that this stirring is persistent. It doesn't fade. It's not a fleeting emotion or a passing thought, it's a continuous prompting, an undercurrent of conviction that keeps calling you back to the truth that God has a plan for your life. This is not merely optimism, it's a deep spiritual awareness that God is getting ready to move in a profound way. One of the most amazing things about this stirring is that it often comes when everything around you seems to be falling apart. You may be facing challenges in your relationships, finances, or health. On the surface, there may be no visible signs of change or improvement, but internally, God is doing something new. This stirring in your spirit is a reminder that God is not limited by your circumstances. Even when life feels like it's unraveling, He is weaving together a greater plan. What looks like a setback is often the setup for a comeback. As this stirring grows, it starts to bring clarity to areas of your life that have been confusing or uncertain. You begin to see things with fresh eyes. It's almost like a veil is being lifted, allowing you to discern God's hand in your situation. This doesn't mean that all your questions will be answered at once, but it does mean that you start to sense a new direction. It's as if God is giving you a glimpse of what's to come. He is aligning your heart with His will, and in doing so, He's preparing you for the restoration that's on its way. One of the key ways to nurture this stirring is through prayer. When you feel that nudge in your spirit, it's crucial to take it to God in prayer, asking Him to reveal more of what He's doing. Prayer becomes not just a time of asking for things, but a time of aligning your heart with God's heart. You begin to listen more intently for His voice and direction. In these moments of communion with God, the stirring in your spirit becomes even more pronounced. You sense that God is speaking directly to you, reassuring you that He has not forgotten you, and that the wasted year will soon be a distant memory. As you lean into this stirring, you may also start to experience moments of divine inspiration. Ideas that seemed far-fetched or impossible now seem attainable. Dreams that you had once given up on begin to resurface, and this time they carry with them a sense of purpose and urgency. It's as if God is breathing new life into old hopes, reviving desires that you had long buried. This is not by accident. When God stirs your spirit, He often awakens the dreams and visions that are part of His greater plan for your life. What felt impossible before suddenly feels within reach, because you realize that it's not by your power, but by His that it will come to pass. In addition to personal inspiration, the stirring in your spirit may lead you to seek out community. You might find yourself drawn to people who share your faith and can encourage you in this season of restoration. God often uses others to confirm what He's doing in your life. A simple conversation with a friend, a message from a pastor, or even an unexpected encounter can serve as a confirmation that God is indeed moving. Surrounding yourself with people of faith helps strengthen the stirring in your spirit and keeps you focused on God's promises. As this stirring deepens, you may also notice a shift in your attitude and perspective. Where you once felt hopeless or discouraged, there is now a quiet confidence that God is in control. This doesn't mean that all your problems are solved, but it does mean that you are no longer defined by them. You start to see your struggles as temporary, and your focus shifts from what you've lost to what God is about to restore. This is a critical moment because it's in this shift of perspective that you begin to align yourself with God's timing. You stop striving in your own strength and start trusting that God's plan is unfolding exactly as it should. As the stirring in your spirit grows, it becomes a powerful motivator. You begin to take steps of faith, even when the path ahead is unclear. You might not know exactly how God is going to restore your wasted year, but you know that He will. This conviction gives you the courage to keep moving forward, even when it feels like progress is slow. You become more resilient, more hopeful, and more determined to hold on to God's promises. This stirring in your spirit is a sign that God is preparing you for something greater. It's a reminder that He hasn't forgotten you, that He sees every tear, every frustration, and every loss. And He's not just going to restore what was lost, He's going to bring you into a season of abundance. When God restores, He doesn't just give you back He multiplies it. He turns your pain into purpose, your trials into triumphs, and your wasted year into a season of divine breakthrough. There's something incredibly powerful about a closed door. It represents a missed opportunity, a dream deferred, or even a period of waiting and uncertainty. When you encounter closed doors in your life, it can be disheartening. You might feel like you've been working hard, praying, and doing everything in your power, yet nothing seems to open. You knock, you push, but the door remains firmly shut. It's frustrating, even painful, when opportunities seem out of reach, when everything you've hoped for feels distant or unattainable. But here's the truth: closed doors are often a sign that God is about to do something greater. They are a signal that His timing is at work, and that when the right moment comes, those closed doors will swing open in ways you never imagined. A closed door is not a rejection from God, it's a redirection. Many times we see a closed door and immediately assume that it's a sign we've failed or that what we desire is not in God's plan. But closed doors often mean that God is preparing something better for us. Sometimes we knock on the wrong doors, trying to force our way into opportunities that aren't aligned with God's purpose for our lives. And other times we are simply not ready to walk through those doors, and God, in His infinite wisdom, keeps them shut until we are fully prepared to handle what's on the other side. When you understand that a closed door is not the end, but the beginning of something new, it changes how you view your situation. Imagine standing in front of a door that has been closed for what seems like forever. You've tried everything, but no matter how hard you push, it doesn't budge. You start to question whether it will ever open. But then one day something shifts. The door that was once immovable begins to open effortlessly. You didn't need to force it, it opened at the right time, in the right way. This is how God works. When His timing aligns with His plan for your life, doors that once seemed locked will open with ease. This isn't a matter of luck or coincidence, it's the result of divine intervention. The key to understanding closed doors is recognizing that God's timing is perfect. We live in a world that thrives on instant gratification. We want everything now. We pray and expect immediate answers. We work hard and expect instant results. But God operates on a different timeline. His perspective is eternal, and He sees the bigger picture that we often cannot. When a door remains closed, it's usually because God is orchestrating something behind the scenes. He's preparing the way, ensuring that everything is aligned so that when the door does open, you will be ready to walk through it and succeed. What might look like a delay is actually divine preparation. When God begins to open closed doors in your life, it often happens in ways you least expect. You might have your eyes set on one opportunity, and suddenly a completely different door opens. This can be confusing at first because it doesn't align with what you had planned. But God's plans are always better than our own. The door He opens may lead you down a path you never considered, one that brings greater blessings, more fulfillment, and deeper purpose. It's important to remain flexible and open to God's leading. When a door opens that you weren't expecting, trust that it's part of His perfect plan. Sometimes the doors that open are ones we had forgotten about. Maybe there was a dream or an opportunity you pursued years ago, but the door was firmly shut. You moved on, thinking it wasn't meant to be. But then, in God's perfect timing, that very door reopens. You're given another chance, a new opportunity to step into something you once thought was lost. This is a powerful reminder that God never forgets the desires of our hearts. When we align ourselves with Him and trust His process, He has a way of bringing things full circle. The closed door of yesterday becomes the open door of today, and it happens when we are truly ready to embrace it. As doors begin to open in your life, you may also notice that the obstacles which once seemed insurmountable are no longer in your way. This is a clear sign that God is at work. When doors are closed, it's often because there are obstacles on the other side that need to be removed. God, in His wisdom, clears the path so that when the door opens, you can walk through without hindrance. These obstacles might be external, such as financial limitations, relationship challenges, or other practical issues. Or they could be internal, such as fear, doubt, or a lack of faith. Whatever the obstacles, God is working to remove them so that when the door opens, you can walk through confidently, knowing that He has cleared the way. One of the most beautiful aspects of God opening doors is that it often leads to a season of abundance and overflow. When God opens a door, it's not just for a single blessing or a small opportunity. It's often the beginning of a season where multiple doors open, where blessings flow in ways you never expected. One open door leads to another, and before you know it, you're walking in a season of favor. This is why it's so important to remain patient and trust the process. The door that opens may be the first of many, and God's blessings often come in waves, each one building on the last. As you walk through the doors that God opens, it's important to remember that these opportunities are not just for your benefit. God opens doors not only to bless you, but to position you to be a blessing to others. When you walk through an open door, consider how you can use the opportunity to serve others, to lift them up, and to extend God's love and grace to those around you. This is how we become co-laborers with God in His kingdom. Every open door is a chance to glorify Him and to advance His purposes on the earth. When God opens doors, it's a reminder of His faithfulness. There may have been times when you doubted, when you wondered if God had forgotten about you. But when the door opens, it's clear that He was with you all along. His timing may not have been what you expected, but it was exactly right. The open door is a testament to God's goodness, His perfect timing, and His unfailing love. It's a reminder that He is always working, even when you can't see it. There are moments in life when it feels like things are coming together in a way that is beyond coincidence. You meet the right person at the right time, hear exactly what you need to hear, or experience a breakthrough that you couldn't have orchestrated on your own. These moments, where things just seem to align perfectly, are often divine connections orchestrated by God. They happen when He is preparing to restore what has been lost, or to guide you into a new season of blessing. Divine connections are not random, they are purposeful, intentional, and a clear indication that God is moving behind the scenes in your life. When God is about to restore your wasted year, He often begins by bringing people into your life who are part of His plan for your next chapter. These divine connections are people who will help you grow, challenge you in positive ways, and open doors you couldn't have opened on your own. They may be mentors, friends, or even strangers who speak a word of encouragement or wisdom at just the right moment. What makes these connections so powerful is that they are God-ordained. These people are placed in your path not by chance, but by divine design. Sometimes these connections may come in ways you don't expect. You may be going through a difficult time, feeling isolated or discouraged, when suddenly someone steps into your life and offers exactly what you need. It could be a word of advice, a helping hand, or even just a listening ear. This is not mere coincidence, it's God sending the right person at the right time to remind you that you are not alone, that He is still in control, and that He is working to restore what you thought was lost. These divine connections often come when you're at your lowest, serving as a reminder that God sees you and cares deeply about your situation. Divine connections also serve as catalysts for growth. When God brings people into your life, it's often because they have something to offer that will help you move forward. It could be their experience, their wisdom, or their support. These connections challenge you to think differently, to step outside of your comfort zone, and to embrace new possibilities. They may even help you see things from a perspective you hadn't considered before. In doing so, they help prepare you for the next season of your life. God uses these people to sharpen you, to refine your character, and to equip you for what lies ahead. One of the most beautiful aspects of divine connections is that they are mutually beneficial. Just as these people come into your life to bless you, you also have something to offer them. God creates relationships that are built on reciprocity, where both parties are strengthened and encouraged. You may not realize it at first, but your presence in their life is just as important as their presence in yours. This mutual exchange is part of God's plan to build strong, life-giving relationships that contribute to His greater purpose. Divine connections are also a key to unlocking new opportunities. Many times, the breakthrough you've been praying for comes through the people God brings into your life. It could be a business partnership, a job opportunity, or even an introduction to someone who has the resources or knowledge you need to take the next step. These connections act as divine conduits, channels through which God's blessings flow. What you couldn't do on your own suddenly becomes possible because of the doors these people help open. This is why it's so important to recognize and nurture the relationships that God brings into your life. However, divine connections aren't always easy to recognize at first. Sometimes the people God brings into your life may not fit your expectations or preconceived notions. You might be looking for a connection in a specific area, but God brings someone into your life who seems completely unrelated to your situation. It's important to remain open and trust that God knows what He's doing. Often the people who seem the least likely to be part of your journey end up playing a crucial role in your story. God sees the bigger picture, and He knows exactly who you need in your life at any given time. As these divine connections begin to unfold, you may also notice a sense of alignment. Suddenly, things that once felt scattered or out of sync begin to fall into place. You find that your conversations with these people bring clarity to areas where there was once confusion. They might offer insights or solutions that you hadn't considered, and through their guidance you begin to see the path forward more clearly. This sense of alignment is a sign that God is orchestrating these relationships for a purpose. It's not just about friendship or networking, it's about God positioning you for the next phase of your life. Divine connections also require discernment. Not everyone who enters your life is sent by God, and it's important to seek His guidance in recognizing which relationships are divinely ordained. This is where prayer and spiritual discernment come into play. As you cultivate your relationship with God, He will give you the wisdom to discern which connections are from Him and which are not. This is crucial because not all connections are beneficial, and some may even serve as distractions or detours. By staying close to God, you will be able to recognize the divine connections He has orchestrated and avoid those that are not part of His plan. Once you've recognized these divine connections, it's important to steward them well. Relationships are a gift from God, and like any gift, they require care and attention. Make an effort to invest in these relationships, to nurture them with love, kindness, and respect. Be intentional about spending time with the people God has placed in your life, and be open to learning from them. At the same time, be willing to offer your own support and encouragement. Divine connections thrive when both parties are committed to helping each other grow and succeed. Divine connections are a sign that God is actively working to restore your life. He doesn't just restore things, He restores through people. The relationships He brings into your life are part of His larger plan to heal, strengthen, and propel you into a new season of abundance and purpose. These connections are a tangible reminder that God is with you, that He is for you, and that He is working all things together for your good. Faith is a foundational part of the spiritual journey, and there are moments in life when it feels as though your faith is being tested in ways you could never have imagined. These times are often difficult and can leave you feeling uncertain, questioning why things are happening the way they are, or wondering if God is still present in your life. However, what we often fail to realize in the midst of these challenges is that these moments of testing are not meant to break us down but to build us up. They are designed to strengthen our faith, purify our hearts, and prepare us for the blessings and breakthroughs that lie ahead. When you face trials and challenges, it's easy to feel like your faith is being put to the ultimate test. You may experience hardships, loss, disappointment, or a prolonged season of waiting that makes you wonder if God has forgotten about you. These trials, though painful, are not meant to crush your spirit. They are meant to refine your faith like gold being purified in the fire. Each test is an opportunity to grow deeper in your trust in God and to rely on Him more fully. It is through these trials that your faith is strengthened and made resilient. One of the most significant aspects of faith is trust in God's plan, trust in His timing, and trust in His goodness. But trusting God is often easier said than done, especially when life throws unexpected challenges your way. It's in these moments of uncertainty that your faith is truly tested. Will you continue to believe in God's promises even when circumstances suggest otherwise? Will you hold on to His word even when everything around you seems to be falling apart? These are the questions that arise when your faith is being tested, and how you answer them determines whether your faith will grow stronger or weaker. When your faith is being tested, it can feel like a period of darkness. You might not understand why certain things are happening, and it's easy to feel confused or even abandoned. Yet it is in these very moments of uncertainty that God is closest. He may seem silent, but He is present, watching how you respond to the trials. Your faith is being stretched, but this stretching is necessary for growth. Just like a muscle that is strengthened through resistance, your faith grows stronger as you endure the challenges that life throws your way. It may feel uncomfortable in the moment, but the outcome is a faith that is more robust and resilient than before. The Bible is filled with stories of individuals whose faith was tested, and through their trials, they emerged stronger in their relationship with God. Take the story of Job, for example. Job experienced unimaginable loss and suffering. He lost his wealth, his health, and his family. Yet, despite all of this, Job refused to curse God. He questioned, he grieved, but he did not lose his faith. In the end, God restored everything Job had lost and more. Job's faith was tested, but through the testing it was strengthened. His story reminds us that trials are temporary, but the strength we gain from enduring them lasts forever. Another example is Abraham, whose faith was tested when God asked him to sacrifice his son Isaac. This test was not just about obedience, it was about trust. Abraham trusted God's promise, even when it seemed like everything was going against that promise. He believed that God would provide, and indeed God did. Abraham's faith was strengthened through this test, and as a result he became the father of many nations. His story shows us that faith requires not only belief, but action, trusting God enough to follow Him, even when it doesn't make sense. When your faith is tested, you might experience a sense of waiting. You've prayed, you've believed, but the answer hasn't come yet. This waiting period can feel agonizing, but it's an essential part of the testing process. In the waiting, your faith is refined. It's in the waiting that you learn patience, endurance, and perseverance. These are qualities that not only strengthen your faith, but also prepare you for the blessings that are coming. Waiting teaches you to trust in God's timing, knowing that He is never late and that His plans for you are always good. One of the most challenging aspects of having your faith tested is the temptation to give up. When things aren't going as planned, or when the answers to your prayers seem delayed, it's easy to feel discouraged. Doubts begin to creep in, and you may start to wonder if it's even worth holding on to your faith. But it's in these moments of doubt that you must dig deeper and cling to the promises of God. The enemy will try to use these moments of weakness to plant seeds of fear and discouragement. But if you remain steadfast, your faith will grow even stronger. God allows these tests of faith not to harm you, but to prepare you for greater things. Often the testing comes right before a significant breakthrough. Just when you feel like you've reached the end of your rope, that's when God shows up in ways you could never have anticipated. The testing of your faith produces perseverance, and that perseverance leads to maturity. Each trial you face is an opportunity to become more grounded in your faith and to draw closer to God. It's an invitation to trust Him more fully, even when you don't understand what He's doing. During these times of testing, it's essential to stay connected to God through prayer and His Word. The Bible offers countless examples of individuals who faced trials and came out stronger on the other side. Reading these stories can provide encouragement and remind you that you're not alone in your struggles. Prayer is your lifeline during these moments. It's through prayer that you pour out your heart to God, expressing your fears, doubts, and frustrations. But it's also through prayer that God strengthens you, offering peace and assurance that He is still in control. It's also important to surround yourself with a community of believers who can support you during these times. Faith was never meant to be lived out in isolation. When your faith is being tested, having people who can encourage you, pray with you, and remind you of God's promises can make all the difference. These are the people who will stand with you in faith when you're struggling to hold on, and they will celebrate with you when the breakthrough comes. As your faith is being tested, it's crucial to remember that God is faithful. He has not brought you this far to abandon you now. The very fact that your faith is being tested means that God is preparing you for something greater. He sees your potential, and He is using these trials to shape you into the person He created you to be. Every test is an opportunity for growth, and every challenge is a chance to become more like Christ. When God is about to restore your wasted year, one of the most powerful signs is the birth of a fresh vision in your heart. This new vision is often marked by a sense of clarity, purpose, and direction that you may not have felt in a long time. After a season of feeling stuck or lost, the sudden emergence of a new dream, idea, or purpose is a clear indicator that God is at work, preparing you for something greater. The stirring of a fresh vision in your heart is His way of saying, "I'm not done with you yet." A fresh vision is often birthed out of the ashes of disappointment or failure. When you've experienced setbacks, lost opportunities, or prolonged periods of waiting, it's easy to feel like your dreams have withered away. But in these very moments, God begins to plant new seeds of hope. He breathes life into areas of your life that once seemed dead and forgotten. What once felt impossible begins to feel achievable again. This is the power of a fresh vision. It ignites your soul with hope and faith in what God can do. When God gives you a fresh vision, it's not just a random idea or fleeting desire. It's something that takes root deep within your heart, stirring you in ways that nothing else has. You feel energized and excited about the future, even if you don't have all the details figured out. This vision may be a new direction in your career, a ministry you feel called to start, or a creative project that has been placed on your heart. Whatever form it takes, it fills you with a renewed sense of purpose and determination. One of the most important aspects of receiving a fresh vision from God is recognizing that it's not just your own desires or ambitions. It's a God-given vision that aligns with His plans for your life. Often this vision will require you to step out in faith, to take bold actions, and to trust God in ways you haven't before. It's a call to move forward, even if you don't have all the answers yet. This fresh vision will challenge you, but it will also inspire you to become everything God created you to be. A fresh vision is accompanied by a deep sense of peace, even in the midst of uncertainty. You may not know how everything will unfold, but there's a quiet confidence in your heart that God is in control. This peace comes from knowing that the vision you've received is not something you have to accomplish on your own. God is with you, guiding you every step of the way. He is the one who will open doors, provide resources, and bring the right people into your life to help you fulfill this vision. As you begin to embrace this fresh vision, you may also notice that your desires and priorities start to shift. Things that once seemed important may no longer hold the same weight. Instead, your heart is drawn toward the things that align with the vision God has placed within you. This is a sign that God is not only giving you a fresh vision, but is also preparing your heart to receive it. He is aligning your will with His will, so that you can move forward with clarity and conviction. A fresh vision also brings with it a renewed sense of hope. After a season of feeling like nothing is happening or that your efforts have been in vain, this new vision breathes life into your spirit. You begin to see possibilities where there once were none. What seemed like a wasted year suddenly becomes fertile ground for growth and new opportunities. This shift in perspective is crucial because it allows you to let go of the past and focus on the future with anticipation and excitement. Sometimes, a fresh vision can be overwhelming. It may feel too big or too far out of reach. But remember, God never gives you a vision without also giving you the grace and strength to see it through. He doesn't expect you to accomplish it all in one day. Instead, He invites you to take it one step at a time, trusting that He will lead you every step of the way. The key is to stay connected to Him through prayer and His Word, seeking His guidance as you move forward. As this fresh vision unfolds, you will begin to notice that doors start to open. Opportunities that were once closed off begin to present themselves. People who can help you along your journey come into your life at just the right time. These are not coincidences, they are divine alignments. God is orchestrating everything behind the scenes, positioning you exactly where you need to be to fulfill the vision He has given you. It's important to remember that a fresh vision doesn't mean everything will be easy. There will still be challenges and obstacles along the way. But the difference is that now you have a clear sense of purpose. You know why you're doing what you're doing, and that makes all the difference. When difficulties arise, you can face them with courage because you know that God is leading you. The vision He has placed in your heart is worth fighting for. A fresh vision also requires patience and perseverance. Just because you have a clear vision doesn't mean everything will happen overnight. There will be seasons of preparation, times when it feels like things are moving slowly, or even moments of doubt. But during these times, it's essential to hold on to the vision and trust that God's timing is perfect. He is working behind the scenes, even when you can't see it. Another important aspect of a fresh vision is that it often involves helping others. God's visions are rarely just about us, they are about advancing His kingdom and blessing those around us. As you pursue the vision He has given you, you will find that it impacts not only your life but also the lives of others. Whether it's through a ministry, a business, or a creative endeavor, the vision God gives you will be a source of blessing to those who come in contact with it. As you move forward with this fresh vision, stay open to God's leading. He may adjust or refine the vision as you go. Sometimes what starts as one idea evolves into something even greater than you could have imagined. Be flexible and willing to follow wherever He leads. The most important thing is to remain faithful to the vision He has placed in your heart, trusting that He will bring it to fruition in His perfect timing. When financial breakthroughs are on the horizon, it can feel like the dawn of a new season. After long periods of struggle, frustration, or uncertainty, you begin to sense that things are shifting in your favor. This sign is not merely about material wealth, but a deep understanding that God is opening doors and aligning opportunities to bring you out of lack and into a season of abundance. A financial breakthrough is often a tangible manifestation of God's provision, and it usually happens at a time when you need it the most but least expect it. The feeling that something is about to change, that your financial situation is on the brink of transformation, is a significant indicator that God is restoring what was lost or wasted in your life. One of the first signs of a financial breakthrough is a shift in your mindset. You begin to move from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance. This change doesn't happen overnight, but gradually you start to see things differently. You realize that God is your ultimate provider and that He is more than capable of meeting your needs. You stop focusing on what you lack and start trusting in God's ability to provide for you. This mental shift is crucial because it aligns your thoughts with God's promises of provision and abundance. When your mindset shifts, it's as if you're making room in your heart for the breakthrough that is about to come. Another sign of financial breakthroughs on the horizon is the appearance of unexpected opportunities. These can take many forms, such as a new job offer, a business idea, or even financial help from an unexpected source. These opportunities often come out of nowhere, surprising you with their timing and relevance to your situation. You might be struggling to make ends meet, and then suddenly an opportunity appears that has the potential to change everything. These moments are not coincidences, they are orchestrated by God to lead you into a new season of financial blessing. During the lead up to a financial breakthrough, you may also experience a period of testing. It's not uncommon to face challenges or setbacks right before a significant breakthrough. These tests are designed to strengthen your faith and deepen your trust in God's provision. You may be tempted to give up or question whether a breakthrough is even possible, but it's in these moments of trial that your faith is refined. God uses these times to prepare you for the blessing He's about to release in your life. It's as if He's saying, hold on just a little longer, your breakthrough is coming. Faith is a critical component of financial breakthroughs. God often requires us to take steps of faith before we see the full manifestation of His provision. This might mean sowing seeds of generosity, even when your own resources are limited. It could involve stepping out in obedience to pursue a new venture, trusting that God will provide the necessary resources along the way. Whatever form it takes, faith is the currency that activates financial breakthroughs. When you trust God with your finances, you're placing your situation in His hands, knowing that He is faithful to provide. Another key indicator of an impending financial breakthrough is the sense of peace that accompanies it. Even if your external circumstances haven't changed yet, there's a deep inner peace that comes from knowing that God is working behind the scenes. This peace surpasses understanding and gives you the confidence to keep moving forward, even when the breakthrough hasn't fully materialized. You may still have bills to pay, or your financial situation may still seem dire, but you're no longer overwhelmed by worry or fear. Instead, you rest in the knowledge that God is your provider and that His timing is perfect. As financial breakthroughs approach, it's common to see God's favor begin to manifest in your life in small but significant ways. You might receive unexpected discounts, gifts, or other forms of provision that reassure you that God is taking care of you. These small blessings serve as a reminder that God is faithful to meet your needs, and they encourage you to keep trusting Him for the larger breakthrough that is on the way. They are like breadcrumbs leading you toward the greater provision that God has in store for you. Sometimes a financial breakthrough is preceded by a call to stewardship. God may be preparing you for the breakthrough by teaching you how to manage your resources wisely. He may prompt you to create a budget, eliminate unnecessary expenses, or make wiser financial decisions. This season of preparation is not to be overlooked. It's part of the process of aligning you with God's provision. When you show yourself faithful with what you have, no matter how little, you open the door for God to entrust you with more. It's also important to recognize that financial breakthroughs are not solely for personal gain. When God blesses you financially, it's often so that you can be a blessing to others. The breakthrough is not just about accumulating wealth, but about using it for a greater purpose. Whether it's supporting a ministry, helping someone in need, or investing in the kingdom, God's financial blessings are meant to flow through you to impact the lives of others. As you become a conduit for God's blessings, you'll find that He continues to pour out more, knowing that you will use it for His glory. As you draw nearer to your financial breakthrough, you may also experience a deeper level of gratitude. Even before the breakthrough fully arrives, your heart is filled with thankfulness for what God has already done and what He is about to do. This attitude of gratitude is powerful because it shifts your focus away from lack and toward abundance. When you express gratitude, you acknowledge that God is the source of all your blessings, and this opens the door for even more provision. Gratitude creates an atmosphere of expectancy where you are ready to receive all that God has in store for you. Financial breakthroughs often bring a sense of purpose and direction. As God begins to restore your finances, you'll likely gain clarity on how to use these resources to fulfill His plan for your life. This breakthrough is not just about meeting your immediate needs, but about positioning you for long-term impact. God is not only concerned with your present situation, but with your future. The financial blessing that is on the horizon is part of His bigger plan to equip you for the work He has called you to do. When you are approaching a breakthrough or a season of restoration, One of the clearest signs that God is at work is a deep sense of peace that begins to settle within you. This peace is not something you can easily explain or point to in your circumstances, rather. It's an inner calm that defies external chaos or turmoil. It's the peace that God gives when He is about to bring something new into your life, and it serves as a quiet assurance that, despite the struggles or setbacks of the past year, His hand is guiding you towards restoration. This peace is different from the fleeting comfort we sometimes feel when things temporarily seem to go well. It's not dependent on whether your circumstances have changed or whether you've received everything you've been waiting for. In fact, you may still be facing challenges, delays, or moments of uncertainty, yet this peace remains steady within you. This is the peace that Philippians 4:7 describes as the peace of God, which transcends all understanding. A peace that guards your heart and mind, even when everything around you seems unstable. One of the remarkable aspects of this peace is that it doesn't come from within ourselves, but is a direct gift from God. It's the kind of peace that only He can provide, often showing up when we've reached the end of our own strength or understanding. After a season of wrestling with worry, fear, or doubt, this peace feels like a quiet release. You may still have unanswered questions, but they no longer consume you. Instead, you rest in the knowledge that God is in control, and that His plans for your life are unfolding in His perfect timing. Often, this deep sense of peace arrives when we've finally surrendered our need to control the outcome. After trying everything in our power to make things happen, we reach a point where we hand our worries over to God and trust Him with the results. In doing so, we make room for His peace to enter our hearts. This act of surrender is key because it reflects our trust in God's sovereignty and goodness. We realize that no matter how hard we've tried to fix things on our own, it is ultimately God who holds our future. In moments of peace, there is a sense of stillness in your spirit. This doesn't mean that everything around you has stopped, or that life has suddenly become easy, but there's a quiet confidence that replaces the anxiety you may have felt before. It's as though God is whispering to your soul, "I've got this." This peace allows you to rest, both physically and mentally, knowing that you don't have to carry the burden alone. God's presence becomes more tangible to you in these moments, and His assurance fills the empty spaces that were once occupied by fear or doubt. This deep sense of peace also brings clarity. Often when we're stressed or overwhelmed, our thoughts become clouded, making it difficult to see the path forward. But when God's peace enters, it clears away the mental fog, allowing you to see things from a higher perspective. You begin to understand that the setbacks and delays you faced were not wasted, they were part of God's plan to prepare you for what's coming next. With this clarity, you can move forward with a sense of purpose, knowing that the obstacles you faced have strengthened you for the journey ahead. Another powerful aspect of this peace is that it transcends your circumstances. Even if nothing has changed on the outside, you experience a shift on the inside. The bills may still be unpaid, the relationships may still be unresolved, or the dreams may still seem distant, but the peace within you remains unwavering. This is because the source of this peace is not found in your circumstances, but in God Himself. He is the constant in a world that is ever changing, and His peace anchors you in His promises, even when the future feels uncertain. This peace is also a form of divine reassurance. It's as if God is gently reminding you that everything is working together for your good, even when it doesn't feel like it. You may have experienced loss, disappointment, or failure in the past year, but God's peace assures you that He is working behind the scenes to restore what was broken. It's a reminder that your story isn't over, and that God is weaving something beautiful out of the mess. This peace allows you to let go of the need to understand every detail of how things will work out, and simply trust that they will. In this season of peace, you may also notice that your priorities begin to shift. Things that once caused you stress or worry may no longer have the same hold on you. You start to focus on what truly matters: your relationship with God, your faith, and the promises He has made to you. This shift in focus brings an even deeper sense of peace, as you realize that many of the things you once worried about are not as important in the grand scheme of God's plan. This realignment of priorities helps you to live with greater intention and peace, knowing that you are walking in alignment with God's will. Additionally, this peace opens the door for gratitude. When your heart is at peace, it's easier to recognize the blessings in your life, even in the midst of difficult seasons. Instead of focusing on what's missing or what went wrong, you begin to see the ways in which God has been faithful, sustaining you through the challenges. This gratitude shifts your perspective, allowing you to see that God's hand has been on your life all along, guiding you through the ups and downs. Gratitude and peace go hand in hand, reinforcing each other and creating a sense of wholeness in your spirit. As this peace continues to grow, it also equips you to be a source of peace for others. When you are filled with God's peace, it overflows into your relationships and interactions with those around you. You become a calming presence, someone who others can turn to in times of distress. This peace is not just for you, it's meant to be shared, to bring comfort and hope to those who are struggling. In this way, God uses your own experience of peace to bless others and to demonstrate His love and faithfulness to them. When God is about to restore a year that feels wasted, there are significant signs that can help you recognize His movement in your life. These signs are not random, nor are they subtle. They are clear indicators of God's divine orchestration, preparation, and blessing. Throughout this speech, we've explored these 7 powerful signs that reveal God's imminent restoration, offering hope and assurance that what seemed like a year of loss, setbacks, or delays is actually a stepping stone to a season of renewal and breakthrough. The stirring in your spirit is perhaps the most personal and intimate sign. It's when you begin to feel an undeniable sense that God is doing something new, even if you can't yet see it with your physical eyes. This stirring brings a sense of expectation and excitement, often prompting you to pray more, seek God's will more fervently, and take actions of faith, trusting that He is preparing the way. It's the internal prompting that reminds you God is not finished with you, and He is preparing you for something greater than what you've experienced before. The opening of closed doors is another clear sign that restoration is near. After what may have been a long season of waiting, struggling, or encountering obstacles, you suddenly find that opportunities are beginning to present themselves. What was previously blocked or inaccessible now becomes open. God orchestrates the timing of these open doors perfectly, allowing you to step into new opportunities with grace and favor. These doors may come in the form of relationships, career advancements, or personal breakthroughs, all aligned with God's purpose for your life. Divine connections are a powerful confirmation that God is positioning you for restoration. The people you meet during this season of restoration are not by accident. God places individuals in your life who help guide, support, and encourage you. These connections may come in the form of mentors, new friends, or even strangers who offer you opportunities or guidance. These relationships are divinely orchestrated to assist you in the next phase of your journey, helping you step into the restoration God has planned. Sometimes these people bring wisdom, resources, or opportunities that were out of reach in your previous season. As you move closer to God's restoration, your faith will be tested, but it will also be strengthened. Trials and challenges are a natural part of the process leading to restoration. These tests are not meant to break you, but to refine your faith, helping you to trust God more deeply. You may face moments of doubt or fear, but through each test your faith is fortified and you come out stronger, more confident in God's promises. The testing of your faith is often a precursor to the blessings that God is about to pour out, teaching you perseverance and dependence on His strength, not your own. Another unmistakable sign of God's restoration is a fresh vision in your heart. You begin to see your life, dreams, and goals with renewed clarity and purpose. The dreams that you may have put on hold or forgotten during difficult times are rekindled. God places a new vision in your heart, showing you what is possible and giving you the courage to pursue it. This vision may be related to your career, relationships, or personal growth, but it is always aligned with God's greater purpose for your life. You find yourself energized and excited about the future, knowing that God is leading you towards something far greater than what you've left behind. Financial breakthroughs often accompany God's restoration, as we discussed. These breakthroughs are more than just an influx of money or resources. They are a sign that God is restoring your life holistically, providing for your material needs as well as your spiritual and emotional well-being. These financial blessings may come in unexpected ways, such as new job opportunities, promotions, or even unexpected gifts or provisions. However, they are never just for your personal gain. God's financial blessings are meant to position you to be a blessing to others, to invest in His kingdom, and to support those around you. As you step into this season of financial provision, it is important to remember that God is using your resources as part of His greater plan. One of the most beautiful and telling signs of restoration is a deep sense of peace that fills your heart and mind. This peace is not dependent on external circumstances, but is a gift from God that transcends understanding. Even in the midst of challenges or uncertainties, you begin to experience a calm assurance that God is in control. This peace is a marker of God's presence and His promise that everything is working together for your good. It allows you to move forward without fear or anxiety, resting in the knowledge that God's timing is perfect and His plans are for your ultimate good. In this season of restoration, all these signs work together to reveal God's hand in your life. While it may have felt like a year of waste or loss, God is showing you that nothing is ever wasted in His economy. Every setback, delay, or failure has been used to prepare you for the blessings that are about to be released. You begin to understand that what you went through was not meant to destroy you, but to build you, strengthen your faith, and align you with God's perfect plan for your life. The trials were necessary to prepare you for the restoration that is now unfolding. It's important to remember that God's restoration is not just about returning you to where you were before. He is not interested in simply restoring the status quo. Instead, He is bringing you into something greater than what you had before, something more aligned with His purpose and glory. God's restoration is about advancement, growth, and elevation. It's about taking you from one level to the next, expanding your capacity to receive His blessings and to walk in His calling for your life. What may have seemed like a season of loss was actually a season of preparation. And now, as God restores what was lost, He is positioning you for greater things. The journey to restoration requires trust, faith, and patience. You may not see everything come to fruition immediately, but these signs serve as reminders that God is actively working behind the scenes. Each sign is a step closer to the fulfillment of His promises in your life. As you continue to trust in Him, stay faithful, and keep your eyes on the vision He has placed in your heart, you will begin to see the fruit of His restoration. The restoration of a wasted year is not just about regaining what was lost. It's about stepping into a new season of purpose, growth, and blessing. God is faithful to restore what was broken, to open doors that were once closed, and to bring divine connections into your life. He tests and strengthens your faith, gives you a fresh vision, provides financial breakthroughs, and fills you with peace. All of these are signs that God is turning what once seemed like a wasted year into a foundation for a brighter and more fulfilling future. Trust in His timing, embrace His process, and be ready to step into the fullness of His restoration.